All right, we are here with Howard Griffith of the Big Ten Network. Hard to believe this is year 15 for you guys.
Year 15.
You guys are going to go back on the road and go into all the camps. It's always good to see you guys out there. Hard to believe how much this network has built for this conference in 15 years.
Yeah,
it's a part of all of that.
It's been a great ride. Having a chance to meet so many players that I've covered as players, and now all of a sudden they're working next to me like Joshua Perry and James Laurinaitis. It's really been cool. So Brock Green is also with us now. So it's been a fun ride, and having those relationships with coaches has been great. So I'm happy that we're starting year 15. The fans are going to be back in the stands this year, and we get a chance to spend time around the teams.
Of course, you know, a lot of interesting things happening in the Big Ten. The big surprise last year was Indiana. Is there a team that you think, and we talked about this yesterday, is there a team you think that could surprise people like Indiana? Like, we knew how good Indiana was, but is there a team that could surprise a lot of people like Indiana did last year?
Yeah, I think it'd be hard for a team. You know, last couple of years Indiana's been unbelievable, and so they're no longer sneaking up on anyone. So I think there are teams like Illinois is a team that I think is going to be better than a lot of people think they're going to be, but that doesn't mean they're going to have a season like Indiana. I think Penn State getting back into the mix as they've been in the last couple of years or 2 years ago, I think will be a great evaluation for them too, because I think that's a talented team. And then I'm really interested to see Minnesota, you know, returning 10 starters on offense, 10 on defense. I think that's a team that's poised and ready to go with an outstanding quarterback.
You talk about Illinois, of course, new coach with Brett Bielema, very familiar to the Big Ten. What's it like to have Brett back in the conference and, you know, for a program that's built up, and of course you're from Illinois, so you kind of know what to expect over there?
Well, I think one of the things Brett brings to the table is a wealth of experience in this conference. He's had a great deal of success when he's with the Badgers, obviously, and stepped away, went to a different conference and spent some time in the NFL. But we're also getting a much more mature Brett Bielema than he was when he left this conference. So I'm really excited about it. He knows what he's doing on the recruiting trail. Now it's just about putting the right schemes together so he can go out and get the best out of the team that he has right now and just continuing to recruit. That's what it comes down to when you start talking about building a program. You've got to be able to recruit.
When you look at a team, and something we also talked about yesterday, we talked about Michigan. Of course, you know, it all starts with the quarterback position. Looks like, from what Jim said yesterday, looks like Cade McNamara is going to be the guy. A lot of changes on the defensive side of the ball for them. What's your outlook on the Wolverines this year?
Well, it still has almost a wait-and-see approach, right? You know, this is a team that in many ways has not reached the expectations of their fan base, and quite honestly of mine either. So they understand what it takes to win. Jim knows that, and he just has to continue to try to get the best out of his players, but made some changes on the defensive side. So we're going to see how that plays out. Hopefully, you know, that kind of works together, offense and defense, and get special teams rolling as well. But this conference will be so much better with the Michigans of the world getting back to where they need to be, Nebraskas of the world getting back to where they need to be as well.
There's another team that's kind of interesting is with Rutgers, talking about them, and with Coach Giano now in his second year. We saw the strides that they had last year. What's it mean to have Greg back at Rutgers, and what do you see out of them coming into this year?
Well, I think what he brings is a lot of excitement. Again, bringing a guy back, this was a great fit, has created a lot of enthusiasm around that program. He created it before, so now it's getting back. And yes, I understand it was a different time, but once you've produced that history and made that history, it's a lot easier for you to convince people that we can do it again if we follow this particular track record. And that's what he's doing. He's doing an outstanding job on the recruiting trail. He's also dipping into the transfer portal and getting guys that can come in and help him right away. And that's what it comes down to.
And last thing, talking about Michigan State this year, of course, you know, second year with Mel Tucker at the helm. What's some of the things that you want to see from them as we go into this season?
Well, I think one of the things you saw with them last year, when they didn't turn the football over, they were in games and they were dominant. But when they turned it over, it was bad. So I think really being able to control the controllables and not turning the ball over, fumbles and interceptions, that sort of thing, taking care of the ball. I think this is a team that's going to be really good on the defensive side. He's a defensive guy. He understands what they need to do on that side of the ball. It's just a matter of continuing to bring the offense along and playing complementary football, and I think he can do that. He's an outstanding coach, so I'm looking forward to having a chance to see this team this summer.
All right, Howard. Thank you so much, and good to see you guys go back on the road for the big bus and the big media tour that you guys do every year. And excited for everything that's going to happen with Big Ten football.
Yeah, looking forward to it.